Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians. Still want Chairman Capo Daniel for PRAP Arankamfo na this Sunday for Drobuna our daily brief. But first, I want to apologize so we never put out the big presentation will be the plan for Putam. We concern certain pertinent question way what cabinet they ask them as we don't reach for a critical juncture for our effort for achieve a negotiated settlement for end this war in a just and fair manner for our people. We will carry that mission through and we will keep on informed as we then pledge about which we will do on behalf of all Southern Cameroonians and on behalf of all Ambazonians. We then engage with some informal conversation then with some other groups for try to see how we consolidate things them as they arrive at this critical juncture. We then reach a very, very critical and important junction for this effort, and we will inform on with due time. We will make some critical decision. We will get serious bearings for this struggle, like it or not. So we don't talk for our people them several times. Amongst our own Amazonian activists, Amazonian groups, established groups, we are very controversial because they have lost touch with the reality of our people. But amongst our people, we are very, very popular. We remain the biggest platform because we are in touch with our people and our position reflects the vast majority of our silent majority who cannot express themselves because of the use of cyberbullying by the hardcore of our groups and also by the propagandists of the enemy camp in the person of Kuniam Titus. That said, today I want to talk about the incident where happened for Insa Bafut, where Cameroon their military they enter for some pie has Su John, move that pa in front of a family, they execute the pa, summary execution. No government in no get right or power. Yes, we know say na wartime they way then get different rules of engagement and how for move for shoot the use lethal force. But all these are war crimes, and the Cameroon government or their police officers, their military who carry out such actions will continue to do it so long as we don't learn from the past and learn to do things rightly. Those families cannot stay silent. They must be able to talk about their story. I've had personal experiences when crimes like this happen, you reach out to the family members. They will even ask you to give you the money because they think our activism will make money somehow for telling their stories. They have a complete misconception of what we do. You know, I have a full-time company that I run, and what we do for our people is about our love, our passion for our people, and to be able to see a better future for them, better than what we have experienced. You know my story already about my life growing up under John Fundi's SDF, attending all of their rally, going to university, starting a protest in the University of Chang, even before entering class for the first time in the university. You know all those things. We don't want anybody to go through what we have gone through this period of this union with Cameroon, where we have been subjected to harassment, torture, humiliation as they attempt to assimilate us inside the French system. I'll play an audio after this video from one of our top advisors in PRAP who put these positions very, very clearly so that our people should know as we educate them and engage them in this struggle. So gather evidence, report the number of the vehicle. If you ever see a Cameroon military vehicle, write down the number plate on a piece of paper in case any incident happen. That particular person who pulled the trigger will face justice. It is very important for accountability that when a human life is lost, we must make sure that there is accountability today or tomorrow. Those reality are catching up with us Ambazonian today. Today, Eric Tato is in prison, in waiting trial, not even because of the corruption he had, which we were expecting the case to come up, because he was also on bail on corruption, where he stole money from the United States and was parading that money. Look at where he is today. We will address that subsequently when we receive the court document. But our people should always know that whenever we choose popularity, seeming popularity, over principles, we end up suffering seriously, severely. We must be methodical in our thinking and the way of doing things. We must be deliberate and driven by principle. Look at Nnamdi Kanu in prison and look at what he has been doing. Every time the Biafran forces they go out there to kidnap and do those type of rough things, he comes out and condemn them. He's not worried about his popularity to get power from the ranks of Biafran fighters. No, he puts his peoples first. Look at how he defends himself in court, using his case to show that the Nigerian government is corrupt, to trigger even the conscience of the judges in the system and the international community. And everybody can see, even if he dies in prison, people can see what he's doing for his people. In Ambazonia, it is different. Look at how Siseko is doing. They all have means to talk. Imagine the complaints we hear from prison. Can you just imagine Nelson Mandela saying that, I beg, I don't want to talk, because if I talk, they will take my voice, they will go use my voice, then a situation for prison go worse. But that is what we see in our prisoners. People, they are afraid to talk, they are shy, they can talk only within our groups, WhatsApp groups, and claim that they are freedom fighters, claim that they are political prisoners. How can you be a political prisoner and you cannot express yourself when you have ample means to do so? If Seseko was doing what I am doing, our people would not have suffered the suffer they have gone through kidnappings from even our people. And the Cameroon government will not be going free from many of these their crimes. Because every leader we have is focused on their own groups. We choose popularity. That is how Larry Ayong, one of our best activists, who is a journalist, was removed as SCACUF spokesperson, and Bo Herbert, who was more popular, was put there just because of popularity issue. And what happened with Bo Herbert? He is the one who wanted to create a government and a prime minister that led to Siseko leading us to create an IG in the first place. When we replace those things, look at Eric Kato going out asking for people to carry Gary process because he was popular. No matter how many letters and conversation I have with Siseko about him, he stayed quiet because he wanted his popularity. He wanted his popularity. When I criticized Eric Tato, they will insult me and say, Capo, you must not say anything. How could you stay quiet? How can any normal person stay quiet when somebody is telling people to go and dismember our own mothers, our own children, our own fathers, our own aunties in CDC? Even when we want to stop the CDC, that is not the right way of doing it. They stayed quiet. It was until when Siseko in prison, because when he started talking from prison, we updated him about what was going on. Until when Siseko asked Eric Tato and Mark Barata to publicize an announcement that he has fired Sako, and they refused. That is when Siseko came to me and was begging. And his wife, Ma Lilian, called me and was crying. Say, look, to Sako the door for Siseko. The one me they even kill it for prison. They even try to set it up. Kapoka Helep. I was the one who back and support to legitimize their conference in America called, is it CPN something, where they went and fired Chris Anu and Sako from the IG. I was the one who did that. They needed my service only when it was for their interests. Nevertheless, I was appointed by Siseko as his ambassador to Asia and the Middle East, which is trust. But over and over, we have made this type of mistakes, putting popularity over principles. Leadership means you guide people with principle, even when it is not popular. And eventually people will get it and they will align themselves for a better future and better strategy that is going to produce better future. Look at everything we have suffered. Good people. Look at Mangang in prison for a ridiculous crime. Because we don't listen. When you talk, people think that you talk because you want to bring down other people, which is what is plaguing our society today. So-called activists go out to lie, manipulate. Even look at Mark Barata, when I was with him in the Tigers, millions was coming in from Amazonian people for self-defense. When Chia Martin was leaning towards me, most of the soldiers were becoming more familiar and more closer to me. And what Mark Barata did, he left Tiger Ones and declared that Tiger One did not exist because he wanted the money, he wanted the influence, and he wanted the power over principle. Chair Martin is the person who brought us in self-defense issues. So we have seen this type of problem again and again, but we have stayed on principle from day one, and we finally came out to establish PRAP, an organization born out of all our failed, out of principles ideas. Look at the amount of people who support Ayabacho. When I was with Ayabacho, 99% of the AGOFC were standing with me against what happened in Canada in a negotiation. Ayabacho was alone. But because he was the so-called president, when I decided to resign, all of them switched side and was lying, go out to lie about me. But when you fight something, God makes a ridicule out of you. So we should be principled, we should be methodical, and we should think about the consequences. We should never allow human life to become, we must protect the sanctity of human life, allow our people, their life to be nothing, where people can just kill them. People were just declaring lockdown excessively. You question them, they'll say, no, now because you did do infighting. Capo no talk about them. Left Sako, they declare their lockdown. Every day we are locking down our own people. Imagine how many lockdowns Sako and Cristiano was doing. For how many years? We kept our people locked down. For what? Punishing them. Making soldiers to think that our people, their life don't have value. And how do you even expect Cameroon military to even treat us with respect if we treat our own people like that? So my country people, when I gather evidence and for everything, do not stay quiet. Do not die in silence. There is nothing Cameroon can do to us that they have not done, or nothing our own people can do to us that they have not done. We must stand for principle, and we will see, God will see us through. He that is in us, the power in truth, is so strong, and the will of our people for freedom is so strong that it cannot be broken. Yes, we might not have had the independence or have the independence the way we wanted it, but if we are not careful to be principled, we will even lose the chance to have it in the future. That is why my leadership and PRAP's leadership in pushing for a preservation of that chance and securing gains for our people is critical. Go back and learn from history. Look at the concession that the Cameroon government gave to the ad hoc committee led by Agbobala during their negotiation in upstation. Go and look at those concessions. They are far more bigger and better than what Cameroon have offered today in the special status. Far more. We rejected it. Why? Because when negotiations were going up in upstation, people like Sheikh Kavi and Ayabacho were sending boys from Alabukam to go upstation and interrupt it. Simply not on principle. They didn't care about the grievances, the specific things people were fighting about. They were drunk with an ideology. They say go and disturb it. They didn't want Abobala to lead any negotiation. They didn't even think that they should be even negotiating with the Cameroon government. Because why? They had ambition of their own of being leaders. So they rejected everything. They rejected everything. Even when Siseko became the leader, they rejected Siseko. Call him Johnny Just Come. Blackmail him. Even when he declared independence, Ayabacho rejected the independence, says that was not independence. Today, how many Ambazonians knows that our independence, that will say that we are independent, is a declaration by Siseko Ayoktabi. So we have made a lot of mistakes because we have been naive to just follow people blindly. So it will not happen again. That is why we are here, to make sure that we don't repeat the same mistake. We don't become a people who are noted for never missing opportunity to miss opportunities. We will be that voice that speaks reasons for our people and that reflect what we hear from them and their best interests. We will uphold it, putting our people first, putting their interests, their identity, making sure we eliminate grievances over ideology. And this will factor in our consideration of decisions that we are about to make. For all those who are supporting Eric Tato, insulting me. How market, and all those who are still supporting Ayaba, they are making the same mistake today with Ayabacho. When the people of when Dr. Julius Nye will be in jail, when Mumu Lucas will be in jail, because they will be in jail. When Pascal Kiki, all those people were going out to basically murder me by lying that I have taken money from Cameroon government. When they know the truth, they seal their own conscience, they seal their own faith. Because there is God, oh, there is the Spirit of God in me, the God that I worship, Elohim, the creator of heaven and earth, who came in the person of Jesus Christ, is alive, is well, and can act, and will act. Believe it or not. Shalom. So, fellow Ambazonians, I'll leave now with voice from one of our top advisors as we grapple with these things and this decision to push our people across this juncture. Have a blessed Sunday wherever you are. Ciao.
Thank you for allowing me to indulge in our grievances and the name special status. Please follow me. In 1993, the All Anglophone Conference articulated our grievances, and they called us Anglophiles. In 2016, we protested. They killed our people and rapidly destroyed everything we had, including raping students. By 2019 or 2017, grievances grew. People decided it was better to die putting an end to the grievances than to live under the weight of the grievances. 2019, after 1 million IDPs, 1,000 burned villages, hundreds of dead soldiers, hundreds of dead fighters, thousands of dead civilians, economy in ruin, international pressure on Cameroon, it then called something called Grand National Dialogue. That was neither inclusive nor free of conditions. We called it as a Grand National Monologue. At the end of the Grand National Dialogue or Monologue, they created a special status as a solution. It led to many more people dying from more fighting, more villages burned, several armored vehicles blown up. The special status had magically become shit status. Recognizing their special status is just another name for shit status. La Republic kept the doors open for further dialogue. Had Swiss talks, Canadian talks. What Cameroon is doing is trying to get out of the shit status. We all know that. The peace plan paper gives Beer the opportunity to address the grievances and claim the special status or shit status was only the starting point.